Hey, Cactus crew, how you guys going? I hope you're going well. It's been a while, hasn't it? Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm not doing this alone ever. Thank God. If you're new here, hi, I'm Bill. Welcome to my channel. Hope you stick around. Welcome to this live as well. I feel like I've been gone for too long. I was going to come back this week, but the shit that was flowing out of Katie, I thought I'd just stand back and let her continue. And then when she gives me a little break, i.e. changes topic, that's when I can slide in and give my 2 cents. So yes, replay crew, make sure you check out the description box because that's where the timestamps are. There's also a bunch of links because this is the carousel from hell. We've been here before, and that's what I'm going to be covering tonight. Well, the nutshell version, because there's so many. I have been saving all of Katie's lives, so hopefully we can get to them next week, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. I'm just going to go for the short videos. I'm going to be going over Miranda Derrick's video where she talks about what her and James have been receiving ever since Netflix dropped their docuseries, Dancing for the Devil, which focuses on, 7M TikTok cult. But really, Dancing for the Devil, I feel like everyone is dancing for Katie, whatever she says, because her narrative has to be the winner at the end of the day. No one else gets to have any say. Yeah, and so Miranda was receiving threats. So Katie had to say that she was too, because that is her go-to defense. We've seen it before. Tati lawsuit 2021. I've got a few videos from back then, so we'll go over that as well. Prepare yourself. It's a lot. Yeah, always a sort of trigger warning, I guess, on anything we cover with Katie, but say that regardless. If you want to follow me, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, X at It's Crystal Bill. Just a reminder, I upload CB shorts daily, except for the past few days. But yeah, go check it out on the shorts tab on my channel. There'll be more next week. I don't post anything. I don't do Katie on the weekend. I give myself a break, even though I've had 2 weeks break. It was a lot. How have you guys survived it? Oh my God, how have you stayed sane? Because I had to completely check out. Like, let's watch a whole season of Buffy check out, which I'm happy because that's my refresh mode. Yeah, just a reminder, everything's my own opinion. That's why I provide all those video links that I've done. After the live, I'll put them in the pinned comment. Kind of, they're my backup for anything that I say. Been on this carousel from hell since 2019. And when things repeat themselves, it's like, oh my God, what year are we in? What is happening? Is this going to go on? And yes, it will. And it has, and it will continue. But God, thank God we, can watch it at our own pace, not when Katie throws it in our face, because the internet is forever and these videos will all be saved to bring up in future. Hopefully she's not here in, imagine 2026. And we're like, she did this in 2024. Well, God, please, no. How's everybody going? Was my microphone on? I just checked. And hopefully it was, because otherwise we are off to a bad start. Hey TK, hey SD, how you guys going? Susie, Ginger, the whole crew is here. Hey you guys, serious question though. Like I keep saying, how did you survive it? But if I didn't check out, I don't know if I would have survived it because it's a lot. It's the same thing over and over. But yeah, we get to watch it together. So, you know, we aren't being tortured, although I'm late to the game. So you are probably going to be tortured by watching it again. Yeah, so I just want to start off with Miranda's video. A lot of my videos that I've saved. What am I talking? I got like total brain fart just happened then. I just really can't believe that we are where we are. Why am I shocked? I don't know, because I don't know, because I don't want this to be how Katie is, just over and over and over. I want her to have some growth. I want her to learn. I want her to evolve as a person, but she hasn't. Literally has not evolved since 2019. It's like since I started witnessing what she does. Yeah. So let's just bring in Miranda. What is it? June 10. This was from. How long ago was that? What day is it? See, this is where I'm at. But this is the result of Katie. But yeah, I share these videos like as they happen. I upload them for my members on my channel. So if you want to become a member, the link's in the description box or it's pinned in the chat. It's the pinned comment. And I'm definitely hanging out with the members this weekend because I am reined in. I'm forced to. No. But I'm finally not sick and I'm finally not run down and, you know, drained of energy, because that's what Katie does. As soon as she started on this and all the lives, I was like, no, I need to step back. I need to just let her get the shit out so then I can come in. And because otherwise I get confused and overloaded. My brain does anyway. So yeah, June 10 this year, Miranda. So this is her second. Her and Robert Shin 7M released a statement each after the release of the Netflix documentary Dancing for the Devil, May 29. So they've already done a statement, but then this is the second, where she's just letting us know what has been going on. And I'm just going to let you play the whole thing and then we'll talk about it because it's not very long.
Hey guys, I know I don't normally make this kind of content, but I just wanted to be transparent and a little vulnerable with you. But before this documentary, my husband and I, we felt safe. Now that this documentary is out, we feel like our lives have been put in danger. We have both been followed in our cars. We have received hate mail, death threats. People have been sending us messages to commit suicide. We've been stalked. Someone said that if I see you on the street, I'm going to come and gut you, so you better get security. Someone also said that if I see you walking on the sidewalk, I'm going to come and shove you in the trunk of my car. So these are just some of the messages that I've been receiving behind the scenes. And I honestly, I don't understand how my parents and my sister thought that this documentary would help me or would help our relationship in any way. I just don't understand that. And I have been getting together with my family for the past couple years privately to work on our relationship, to make things right, to mend what has been broken. And I've been loving it. I've been loving getting together, laughing, just enjoying each other's company. And this documentary has made it very difficult to continue doing that. And honestly, I think that my parents and my sister have focused so much on this documentary that they've forgotten about working on any relationship with me. And that hurts. That hurts me to say. And I'm going to be perfectly honest, it has been hard to post and do my content like nothing ever happened, because that's just not the case. So things are a little slower, and and I'm not posting as much. Just bear with me. I'm getting through this. I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm going to get back to posting and dancing and doing what I just absolutely love. It just brings me so much joy. So I do want to get back to that. And I want to thank everyone who has been very supportive for the kind messages, DMs, emails. They don't go unnoticed. So thank you guys very much. And thank you for
Okay, like my brain must have farted. I swear I've watched this before when Katie did the body language and so what's happened with my brain? Was this the video that I wanted to share, or was there a different one? Did I look up and miss? Did she share the threats on the screen? I can't think. But anyway, let me just have a little why couldn't I think of this? I should have watched it before. I don't think the threats came up, did they? Oh, there. So the threats that are on the screen, like she's put them on there, and they say KILL yourself. I don't know what that one is. It's censored, so that's like looks like they're both from Reddit. Oh no, what's it from? Look, I swear she shared more. Okay, well, I just remember Katie going on about like cropping them and you can't see who they're from or like the authenticity of them. But yeah, a week later, Katie was receiving threats. And does this sound familiar to anyone? This is her actual video.
Hey friends, it's Katie from.
She did 2 lives before this or after this or in between. I'll have to watch her lives next week because they go for way too long and I can't be bothered. I'm not going to ruin my Friday night. No. But yeah, so we're just going to watch Katie now talking about her threats. But it is so typical of her behavior if anyone lived through the whole Tati lawsuit, because it's only when Katie's involved that these kind of things happen. No other case that I mean, Cactus crew. Seriously, have you ever even watched any other case where these kind of threats and stuff has happened? I remember Emily, I will link her video down below, Emily going through Katie's response was the best. But yeah, Emily's reaction to all these threats, because during the Tati lawsuit, in a nutshell, it got to the point where all these like trolls and sock accounts like Katie's Sock Army came into play to save her, because like I said, all she has is lies. She doesn't have the truth. Otherwise, the truth would be a great evidence, or proof, but she doesn't have that. Everything is a lie. So in order to win, she needs to smear the other side and also make them too scared to proceed any further. So at one point, Emily, she put Emily in there because Emily's friends with Saltsy, which was Michael Saltz, Tati's lawyer. Only Tati's lawyers and Emily were getting these threats, and everyone was talking about them, and they were fucking serious, like aimed at their kids, their wife. I mean, Saltsy's wife and their partners. And yeah, everyone was like, holy shit, this is like a big thing. And Katie's sitting back laughing on her lives. People were telling her, you need to call this off. And she's like, oh, it's not my responsibility. It's like, but they're saying they're doing it for you. And then the next day, Katie was getting threats. You're too obvious, Katie. This is a known behavior pattern of yours. You're predictable. We don't believe you. So let's listen to more dribble. So this is a week after, basically, Miranda coming out saying that she was getting threats. And then people started questioning. People were just automatically, this sounds like Katie. Oh my God, Tati 2.0. Here we are.
I'm WithoutACrystalBall. Welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, June 17th, 2024. I wanted to be able to deliver content for you today that was just normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill content. I wanted to be able to put out a new video, whether it be on Sister Wives, the Duggars, or whatever it is that you like to watch on my channel. I wanted to be able to refocus and have ability over the weekend to wind down, decompress, and enjoy Father's Day with my husband and my son and have a good day. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. And I'm coming on my channel to just share what happened to me on early Sunday morning and what I've been experiencing the last couple of days in retaliation to a video that was made last week by Miranda Derrick from the series Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult. By no means am I suggesting that any of this that I'm sharing has anything to do directly with Miranda herself or that Miranda is involved in any aspect of this. But what is being done to me is retaliation of what I would call either from supporters of Robert Shinn or Robert Shinn himself. I'm still working with law enforcement. I don't know the full scope of what's happening, but let me explain what's going on. By now, you should know that on May 29th, a series was released on Netflix called Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult. I served as an archival consultant, and I was instrumental in helping to provide archives of records, whether it be videos, legal records, posts, reporting, or whatever they needed from a journalistic standpoint to help them put together the story. Because I was the person that broke the story in March of 2022, my archives were very extensive. My list of contacts with sources was also very extensive. And while I was not on screen in the series, I was working a lot behind the scenes.
From a journalistic point of view, none of your work reflects any code of ethics, no code of practice, nothing journalistic about your work. Katie, I'm talking right to you, and I've got a problem with my headphones. Thank God though, thank God I got a problem with my headphones. Katie, did you break them? Maybe you did. Oh, I'm allowed to blame you if I want. Monotone central, and we have to believe what Katie says. What's been done to her. It's weird how not weird, but how she automatically knows that it's Robert Shinn, even though a week ago Miranda was saying that she was receiving these same things. I'm surely Robert Shinn would have been sending Miranda that. Katie didn't think through her little plan.
2022, when the story broke, Robert Shinn decided that I was public enemy number one. Robert Shinn is the pastor in the series that has been exposed by various victims, whether two women that were part of his church back from the early 2000s into one left in 2022, to recent victims that were the dancers, the professional dancers that were featured in the series as well. There was a total of 6 victims, and then there was also 2 separate families that shared their sides of the story and provided context and information about their experiences.
Has she got a shiner? She got a full-on bruise? Or did she forget to clean up with concealer? But that looks like a bruise there, doesn't it? I mean, it's a different color to her eyeshadow. Just on Katie's higher, her cheekbone under her eye. Katie, did you use a mirror?
Of losing someone to a cult. A lot of the series focused on the trauma of either being entrapped and enmeshed in a high control group, the aftermath and trauma of leaving that group, recovering from that, seeking justice for crimes that occurred while you were in the group, but also the other side of losing a family member to a group like this with fears that your family member is in an unsafe environment and is potentially being exposed to criminal activity or possibly even becoming criminally liable themselves. Because of the focus and the amount of publicity, I was prepared and expected that there would be some level of harassment coming my way. It is never easy to be a truth teller. I also knew, because Robert Shinn sued me in April of 2022, that he would be trying to frame this series as some sort of narrative of my narrative of this is Katie Joy's story. This story has absolutely nothing to do with Katie Joy. This story was not my story. The story was the story of the people that were involved. My work helped tell the story, in that I had archives, I interviewed people, I knew facts about this case, I knew facts about...
You don't know facts. You used you read court allegations as fact. You did that with Chrisley, and I'll link that video down below. You've done it with basically every lawsuit you go through. You're like, this is all true. Whatever they've got to say, nah, that's not real. Even though, you know, you treat people how you want to be treated. Imagine if someone did this to you, Katie. Made a whole Netflix documentary based on you, just a smear campaign online, no facts. But, you know, they wouldn't be able to, because really the facts are there with you because you're the evidence and you don't know that. But Jesus, imagine you being the fact checker. I don't understand it. It's still my brain. I have stuff to say, but then as soon as I say that Katie's the fact checker, there's nothing left in my mind because I'm blown away that someone would think that you're credible, would think that you are a journalist and expect you to, you know, Katie's going to give us the journalistic view. You know, we all can't be a journalist. She's the journalist. She will give us the journalistic view. None of your posts are written like you're a gossiper. Go on. Here you are messaging yourself.
The cult, I knew facts about the religion, I knew facts about the situation. Prior to the series launching, there was an uptick in harassment that we were seeing on social media where people were trying to spam and create and incite vitriol against me in an effort to try to put into question the validity of the claims and the seriousness of what was entailed in this series.
You do that yourself. You are not credible. One Google search. You, just because you say you're credible doesn't mean you are. And the people that have been speaking out against you are your ex-subscribers. People that click subscribe and then, oh, you know, a few days, something's a bit iffy here. Something's not right. Or you just make people's anxiety go mad. God, look at you talking shit.
We saw a lot of creators on YouTube and on Instagram attempt to paint this as a one-sided narrative that Katie Joy created. And the facts of this case are Katie Joy told a story, reported on a story, and the victims are the ones that shared their side of the story. Robert and his side had an opportunity to respond and even participate in the series, but they declined. As a result, naturally, people are outraged with the acts that they feel are happening to the people inside. The level of control of the day-to-day lives that Robert Shin exhibits on the people underneath his control infuriates people. More importantly, there's a wider concern from the public that a man that has been accused by more than 3 women of SA is walking the streets in California with absolutely no repercussions and no safety for other women that are near him.
Katie, there's heaps of people walking around that have been accused of stuff, but it's not until the court proves them guilty. Everyone is innocent until they're proven guilty. You can't throw allegations at someone and say, this is the truth. Why aren't you in jail? Allow the system to work, you know? He obviously hasn't been charged. A lot of these lawsuits have been dismissed because there's not enough evidence. But you're still going on. Like, even if he was proven not guilty, you would still be harping on because that's what you do. You did it to the guy that unfortunately crossed paths with you and slept with you and then didn't leave his number, and then next minute he's your you know, and you're still regurgitating that story because it's your pity story when you need people to care for you because your husband doesn't fucking give 2 fucks. No one cares for a liar. You don't even care for yourself. That has to be a bruise. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Shivers. This is, who was it? Lamb Chop. How is she not exhausted? Right? But I think she loves it and she feeds off it. It's a drug to her, the drama. But then she's just stuck on repeat over and over the same thing. Like, she's not even thinking like further than, you know, she's not thinking the thought through. Like, if I play this card, oh, hang on, have I already played this card? Let me think. But she can't remember back to 2021 because that's decades ago.
to add that to the seriousness of this story is these influencers that are involved with Robert Shinn have relatively higher profiles in the media. They're not A-list celebrities, but they are decently known in the dance industry, and they have significant influence on social media.
Why do you only talk about their social media, like how big they are in influence world? What about their talent as a professional dancer, their history, how far they've come to get where they are, their work ethic? You never talk about that. Their work ethic compared to Kylie Douglas is like incomparable, really. Katie, this is a great pause.
Add that to the fact that they have access to celebrities that have much higher influence than them, and you have a recipe for disaster because they are influencing so many people, and there's a risk to communities of children and teens that are coming into the dance community and a potential for people to be recruited into this group. It doesn't help that there are actual celebrities that are friends with these people that are not speaking out against it, but we would never tell someone they have to speak out against it. We would never tell someone that they needed to discard their friend or, you know, not support their friend. But I think there's a level of frustration because some of them do have pretty high profile friends that have said nothing. So.
And doesn't that say something? You know, people that have a platform to speak out to a wider audience than you, Katie, are deep in their circle and they don't see anything wrong. You know, otherwise they would because they're friends. Just because they're not, you know, spewing your narrative, but you don't know them. You act like you know Robert Shinn, but you wouldn't. You don't even know humans. You mimic and act.
Obviously, with the amount of attention that's on Robert, last week there was a petition started by one of my colleagues, Haley, who runs the Instagram page called Stop Culting. She wanted to be able to start a petition that would urge and motivate the Los Angeles Police Department to do a full investigation into Robert Shinn and to stop these like limited interactions and these limited investigations and not doing their due diligence and not being bogged down by the fact that, you know, LA is high crime and there's all kinds of cases. They want this to be taken seriously. And the fear for a lot of us moving into this series was that law enforcement to date has not taken any of this seriously. And part of that is because Robert is surrounded by people that enable him, that protect him, and that are also committing crimes with him. So they are unwilling to come forward under their own fears of potential retaliation by Robert, being blackmailed by Robert, or having any criminal liability themselves. The cult he creates and the insular community that he creates also is based on fear. And so it's been very difficult for people to speak out because they fear that Robert will go after them, and fears of death, fears of damnation, fears of lawsuits and financial ruin are legitimate fears that these people have. So I feel the last several days I've been going through a series of threats myself, and on Sunday at 4 a.m. police found.
Your wording straight away, boom, liar. What I've been going through myself. Like the last several days I've been going through a series of threats myself. What, sending them out? Are they in your email and you're just sorting them? Which threats do I feel like receiving today? Working hard on your threats, yeah, getting them out to yourself, all of your different socks just to make sure that you get it. Okay. I love it how just you can escalate the story whenever you feel like it. Like, who the hell would be targeting you, an archival consultant? Although you are the one that's been dominating the press tour, you know, silencing the victims in your press tour. Why not take a survivor along with you to a podcast? No one wants to interview Katie Joy, but you push it on people and then what? Regurgitate the same old bulldang that they would have known before they interviewed you. You offer nothing new, except when you make it up in your mind. Now I've got threats and it's very violent, you know, it's my life is in danger. Is it, Katie? Is it?
Series of threats myself, and on Sunday at 4 a.m. police pounded on my door because someone had filed a false report with the FBI claiming that I was a hostage. and my son and I were hostages, and that a man was trying to harm my son. The same person also tried to file a report with CPS in another county by using my attorney's name and email address and filing it as though they were my attorney, claiming that I had told them that I was going to harm my son. In the middle of all of that, I started getting threats.
Okay, so that's a regurgitation of the, threats that she always gets and never does anything about them, just loves to tell people online. CPS they don't reveal identity. So she's going, that's the same person that filed a CPS complaint in a different county, blah, blah, blah. Same old, same old. Now she's looking to the left. Katie, you don't know what you're doing? And was it Susie? No, Ginger. Ginger said Katie chose to work with Wilmer, a known predator. I'm not even going to bother trying to say his last name, but, he dated Demi Lovato when she was young. I can't go off track. We need to focus on where we are. Yes, and that's another thing, we're going to be bringing up. Has she already said that she was swatted? Sometimes I tune out. Katie's voice makes me tune out and my ears close up and they refuse to listen. So that's why I love captions. But if I miss anything, feel free to drop the timestamp in the description. No, where would you drop it? Yeah, in the comments. Not in the chat because we need it for the people afterwards. But oh my gosh. Has she brought up the swatting yet? I feel like I might have tuned out. This is going great, isn't it? Katie, you do this to me. Katie, look at me. Look at me. No, actually don't.
From a group of creators on Instagram through my email address. They're also on YouTube that have been supporting Robert Shinn since 2022 and helping him in their efforts to try to diminish the credibility of the victims in the story, taint and disparage and discredit me, and harass me into being silent.
Yeah, and then she shows the email, but it's just like the subject. Although the one says, I apologize, tell Misty law enforcement are giving her all the information and she will be arrested shortly. All of you will be. Katie is shaking in her boots. She is in panic mode because, she's got nothing to back up. Like nothing is her defense. Otherwise, she would rely on her lawyer to defend her in court. But she's more focused on public, like the public, the public courtroom, public prosecution over the law, because that means more to her. What does it say up here, Katie, in your shit writing? This creator went live to post fake emails they received from a fake account on her friend's maid. Oh, one of her friends. Katie, you make me sound dumb with your shit writing. Was this from Nikki's live? It's still in my watch later. I have not been able to catch up. She then used this to report me to a police, but this email is not my email address. But why even bring it to the table, Just, there's no need. Unless this is part of your show, the Katie Show.
The threats which I received were horrific. Obviously, I'm not going to go into detail because the police are involved in my county and I have spoken to the FBI. These are not limited to me. They're threats against my son, my family, myself. But the main source of the threat is that these people are telling me that unless I stop talking about Robert Shinn and remove my defamatory content about Robert Shinn off of my platforms, they will come and hurt me or potentially kill me or my son.
Oh, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. It is a repeat of 2021. It is a repeat of the whole Nat shit, the whole fucking crap. And I don't want to go again. I want to get off this ride. Oh my gosh. And my son and my husband, just the three of us. But maybe the dogs, did they get a threat as well? You are pathetic. More pathetic that you involve your son. Your son can hear you. We know this. Like, he's going to hear this and think that there's been threats against his life. And there hasn't. It's you. You are lying because you are fucking insecure as fuck. You've got nothing to stand for. You're a leaf. You flip-flop your way through life, trying to mimic what others do to pass as a normal human being. But we all know that you're a fucking wolf. You are doing damage from the inside because you want to be accepted. But look at this, like, anyone that has been following you. Actually, well, I don't think anyone would follow you for this long, but you would. But anyway, that's off topic. This is just ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous that you would even bring up FBI again, because remember when you said, oh, I've got a direct line to FBI. Yeah, right, Katie. You don't. You never did. That Saltsy was the one with the contact with the FBI, but you wanted to convince everyone. Guess what Saltsy did? He convinced you that you weren't being looked at so that you could continue with your behavior, thinking that no one was looking, thinking that you got away with it, providing way more evidence. Because you really do think that you're above the law and you are smarter than everyone. And this just proves that you're not. I'm going to not cut in as much because we really need to get to the next video, which is just basically her talking the exact same stuff that she's saying here. Because like I said, this is the carousel from hell. We've been here before. But Katie doesn't know. It's a brand new day for Katie every day. Oh my God, who wants her husband? Let's all line up. That is a huge line of no one. Katie. Yeah, because I shared Katie's wedding photos and because she was going after Miranda. So I shared her wedding photos on the community post on my community board on YouTube. And yeah, it just takes me back to how much she does lie because she looks like she's at her first communion. And if you're not Catholic, basically it's just, I don't know. She's just way too innocent looking for someone who didn't have a purity ceremony. But, she just, okay, the photo does more talking for the better than me. I can't even get my words out.
The police, although the SWAT team did not come, are treating this as an attempted SWAT because of the way that these people filed the reports. They were hoping that cops would go bust down my door and that it would lead to some sort of altercation, violence between me and the police. Unfortunately, right now, we don't know who specifically is doing this. What I do know is that the emails and threats that I am receiving all indicate that these people are doing this because they want me to stop talking about Robert Shinn. They believe that if I stop talking about Robert Shinn, apparently the story is going to go away.
It's very weird that they do it now. Like, why didn't they send threats before Miranda came out saying that she was getting threats? Why didn't they, way back when the first week after the docuseries, you'd think that would be the perfect time because they'd be pissed off that you got as far as getting a series made on this crap. Not like the week after Miranda said she's getting threats. Oh, now you are. And it's Robert Shinn. He's behind it. They want me to stop talking. Me? I mean, God, I haven't said anything. You've said so much, but it's the same shit over and over. No one wants you to stop talking. Keep talking. You're helping 7M. You're helping Robert Shinn win his case against you because your behavior is exactly what he's suing you for. And you're just too up your own ass to realize this because you are living in oblivion, substance abuse, 24/7, gotten away with so much shit. Consequences? Pfft, not for Katie Joy. She should basically be the judge. She's that smart. All bow down.
Want me to take down all my statements and remove everything. They also want to paint this as I am victimizing Robert Shinn and I am victimizing the dancers that are still inside. This series of harassment I've been receiving, whether I've had the cops at my home 3 times now in the last 2 days. They were here for over an hour today. They were here yesterday in the afternoon or evening, and then they were here at 4 in the morning on Sunday. They have been filing reports with my city. They're bringing in people from my neighborhood. They have been taking photographs of my house and posting them online. They're doing whatever they can to try to intimidate and scare me to stop talking. In 2022, Robert teamed up with a group of creators on Instagram and on YouTube who were bound and determined to take me down. These same creators are now continuing to help him. And if you check YouTube on the algorithm and you want to watch some hate videos about me, most of those creators have either had direct contact with Robert Shinn or through his fake accounts or through his Instagram pages that he once created about me.
Oh, yeah. This says everything. What a bunch of bulldang. You don't even believe what you just said. Katie, no one has had direct contact with Robert Shinn. Okay? There's an email address, that they supply that we can send stuff to because you are known to delete. And that's not having direct contact. But maybe how your mind works, because you think hearsay is evidence. You think down the line, this person told this person, and then they told me, oh my God, that's proof. So maybe in your mind, everyone is working against you. Taking down Katie Joy, the big old bad wolf, we need power. No, we don't. We just need a voice that speaks the truth. Dispel any lie that comes out of her mouth, because she never speaks the truth. Never. She lies to herself that she's winning the lawsuit. She lies to herself that it's 7M that won't answer the discovery. But I posted on my Instagram, she didn't answer 23 of the questions in 7M's discovery, and 63, this is the word I can't say, interrogatories. Oh, that was the closest I've ever got, but I'll work on that word. But yeah, 63. She didn't even provide even like a full page of answers. So yeah, and that's during, when she was stalling for the documentary. Priority documentary, get out my lies and everything, and then I will be famous. I will reclaim who I don't know. What was it? Reclaim. I was going to say your reputation, but which one?
These creators have been incited and brainwashed to believe that I'm evil and that I am dangerous and that I have victims. Robert's biggest thing that he likes to say about me is that I have victims. I have proof upon proof upon proof of so many receipts of things that Robert Shinn, through either him or through his mentors or people at his church, have written about me and shared about me on social media. At one point in time, he had 2 separate Facebook, Instagram pages dedicated to the smear campaign to expose me.
But again, you assumed that was him. I mean, you could make it up yourself and it would just be, no one believes you. Just because you say it's this person, you know who this sock is, you know who this hacker is, you don't know anything.
Since 2022, he is trying to convince people that I'm a danger to society, that I'm a danger to Miranda, and that my reporting is going to put him and his dancers and himself in danger, and they're going to end up dead because of me. So when Miranda posted a video last week claiming that she was getting death threats, the truth is that it's more than likely these threats were actually coming from people that support Robert Shinn. And when that video went live, his biggest motive and his biggest tactic throughout the last 2 years that I've covered him, and I feel like I've learned the way he moves so well, he's predictable. But he often deflects to my life is in danger, Miranda's life is in danger, her parents are causing this, Katie Joy is causing this, somebody else is causing it. It's always somebody else's fault.
I can't believe this level of delusion. Katie, that's what you resort to. I'm being threatened. I'm a victim. They're all coming after me. How do you know Robert Shinn's behavior when he hasn't done anything except file court documents ask you where your fucking answers are, ask you why you won't provide anything. Everything he's done is through his lawyer. So what? You know his lawyer's behavior? You don't know your own lawyer's behavior. How does your lawyer put up with your behavior? Do you know how dumb you look? Fucking
he's made these threats in the past. Miranda has accused her parents numerous times and me of putting her life in jeopardy.
Numerous times. Katie, this has only been going on since 2022. You don't know their backstory. You don't know Melanie from a bar of soap. You know Melanie as the Melanie you've been communicating with, but in my opinion, she's buttering you up to get the information so you will go and spread it, you know, because I spoke to my source today and they want me to tell you all this because Melanie is SWANSON, using you as a mouthpiece to do the damage that she can't do herself. She doesn't have the platform, doesn't want to taint her reputation, but you don't care about that. As long as you are getting attention and you're important and they stroke you. Oh no, I was going to say, and they give you a label, you know, they give you you are the archival. I can't even say it. Have you ruined this with me now? You are the archival consultant, the fact checker. That's who you are. God, Katie, you've been played. And trying to play us with this bullshit, we know you too well.
When she put that video up and it was seen more than 4 million times and posted all over the internet and picked up by the wider media, quickly retaliation started on me. And since that video was posted by Miranda, I have been attacked relentlessly through reports, false reports to the police, false reports to the city, false reports to CPS, 3 separate police officers at my house in the last 24 hours or 2 days, and reports to...
I hate to break it to you, but 2 days is 48 hours, 24 hours in one day, Katie. Why would they go after you? Why wouldn't they go after the director, the people that made the documentary? Why wouldn't they go after Netflix? Why are they going after you? Okay, and Katie, just so you know, every case that you're involved with, this happens. But out there in the real world, you know, outside of your head, every other case that is like yours doesn't involve these threats. It's just you, desperation, panic, realization that you are in some deep shit and it doesn't even matter how much you say. And you can keep saying everything every day, 24/7, live streaming, adding more evidence to go against you because you're so dumb. Doesn't matter what you say. You're going down.
CPS in a different county. They have filed reports in my name to the Attorney General. They have filed reports that are false to the FBI. They are emailing people claiming to be me from an email address that is not mine and sending threats to attorneys, to Robert's attorneys, to dancers, to other creators. They are trying whatever they can to make me look like I'm threatening everyone. And they are using Gmail accounts that are not tied to me in any capacity. They have impersonated me through Google accounts. One now has been deleted, and they have been trying to add my tips email, which is my WithoutACrystalBall tips email. It's not a personal account. They've been using that as the recovery email for them. Well, I got an email today that they deleted that email account because they set up my email address as the recovery email, which is insane. Anyways, through all of
I'll have to go over this and have a look. But remember last time when she tried to convince us that Nat was trying to break into her account, but she shared the screenshot and it showed Katie was requesting all the data and stuff from Nat's email because she's not too bright. So we got to check because it's rarely what she's talking about is what's on the screen because her comprehension is worse than her monotone.
these different threats, I've now had to have the FBI involved and I have law enforcement in my county as well. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who's responsible, but I know that these people are doing this for Robert Shin, whether he directly.
If the FBI was involved, and I said this last time, you would not be able to go online. They would stop you because they would see that you are poking the bear. They would not allow you to go online and tell everyone what's been going on, because there would be an open FBI investigation that is higher ranking than anything you've ever dealt with, Katie. So stop it. No one believes you. Let's read what your little stupid thing says. Oh, you got your little Katie J M Polson at Gmail, Katie Joy Polson 886. What does that add up to? We got 16 and 24, not your numbers, 337. Or what does she do? Yeah, Katie Polson 77. You're still using that one? What about WithoutACrystalBall 78? Yeah, because that's your real birth year. But you love 77, so you can be a little bit older, so there's not such a big age gap between you and your husband.
Directly incited them or not, whether he told them to do this, really to me doesn't matter. They're doing this because I want to impress him. They want to defend him. They want to attack me. They want to make me part of the story, and they want to deflect. And I'm just here to tell you that if you're one of these creators doing this to me, if you're involved in this kind of activity, you will be prosecuted. We will find out who you are. We will pull IPs. We will pull subpoenas for social media. The police are actively investigating this right now.
Gmail cannot be traced, and it doesn't even matter what you pull from it, because the IPS on itself, doesn't really do anything. What's the other thing? The address. But anyway, they don't do anything unless you got the program with the other information. You can sit there and talk shit, but Gmail, there's a reason, Katie, I've told you this. There's a reason that every hacker uses Androids, not iPhone, because iPhone can be traced. And that's why your iPhone kept showing up during Saltsy's investigation with the FBI. But you just love dropping the FBI. This is how serious it is, guys. You will be prosecuted. Can we get a little point of the pulse and finger? I don't know if it's that serious until the finger comes out. Then I'm like, I'm shaking in my boots. Oh my God. Katie, you are all words. You're all talk. You got nothing. I'm not scared of you. Are you scared of you, Katie? Would you be scared of monotone threats?
If you're someone that is using interstate means to make these threats, the FBI will also be involved. If you're a creator involved in this and you think that this is somehow going to move the needle and cause Netflix to take down the series, you are mistaken. Netflix will not take down the series. Netflix does not condone this kind of behavior. They do not support anyone in the series being threatened. I do not support anyone in the series being threatened. I don't support anyone filing false reports, sending fake emails or threats to anyone, whether it's Miranda, whether it's me, whether it's WILKING, whether it's anyone in the series. Netflix will not take the series down. Making this about me doesn't change the victim's story, and trying to deflect away from who Robert Shinn is and what he's done doesn't change who Robert Shinn is and what he's done. I have been
what will get Netflix to take the docuseries down is if Robert Shinn makes them through a court order, because it's lies, or they'd have to put a little thing in their description box. I don't know if that's ever happened. I really want to look into all the lawsuits that everyone has been suing Netflix. I mean, there's so many, and basically they just settle. Nothing actually goes to court, which I guess that's how it plays out when you've got power. Katie, you got no power, by the way. No. But put your finger up and let's see that pulse and power finger. Oh my gosh. This is just... Yeah, right, TK? This is so beyond the Netflix docuseries. She has made it beyond that. TK says, no one cares about the stupid Netflix. Where's Netflix security when you need them? My God. I've never heard of an archival consultant needing Netflix security. But keep dropping the FBI. Katie, what I wanted to say is, like, you can be prosecuted for making up lies, for broadcasting lies on a public platform like YouTube, saying and like threats of law enforcement, lies that you're in contact with the FBI in order to get that one up. Because you're no weakling, You'll stand tall with all these threats. You're not getting pushed over down the drain. You're Katie Joy. My God, when are you going to get your Hollywood star? That's the big thing. Oh, Deanne Thomas, Cactus High 10. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's put you on the screen. Have your moment. It just says a big D. Well, no, Toe, we're not talking about you. Thanks, Deanne. I appreciate that. Oh, dirty Uncle Sal. Hope you're well. All the same threats can be said to her about all her ongoing harassment, stalking of other people that she's covered over the years. Boom. Bingo. It's as if she doesn't, it's always as if she doesn't know what her channel is about, because she's reinvented herself as someone, you know, I'm a journalist, I'm an advocate, I'm an archival consultant. I had all the facts on 7M. Because you lied to yourself and said they were facts, not because they are facts.
His scapegoat, along with the Wilkings, along with Melanie Wilking, along with the other victims for years. This is what he does. He scapegoats everyone, and he's never to fault. So while you see creators that are online disparaging the show, questioning people's stories in the series, trying to incite drama between members of the production and subjects in the series, trying to create drama that doesn't exist, trying to create division, all of that is a tactic by this cult to try to change the narrative so you stop talking about Robert Chen. And no matter what is sent my way, no matter what threats are sent to me, I'm not going to stop talking about this cult. I'm not going to stop talking about this series. I'm not going to stop talking about criminal activity. I'm also not going to be framed for things. I'm not going to be prosecuted for things that I didn't do. I'm not going to have police show up at my house in the middle of the night thinking I'm going to hurt my child or someone's going to hurt my child. At this time,
This doesn't sound real. It sounds like a, you know, willy-nilliness. No seriousness. Look at the way her body reacts.
things that I didn't do, I'm not going to have police show up at my house in the middle of the night thinking I'm going to hurt my child or someone's going to hurt my child. At this time, I have taken down my
Katie. Oh, you took down your website? You've been paying for that for so long. You haven't used it since November 2023. The front page is still Josh Duggar. How come you haven't covered Joshy? Joshy.
my tips at WithoutACrystalBall.com email. It has been disabled, not deleted. It is disabled for the time being until the threats calm down, until whoever is doing this can be caught. I will take tips through Instagram, through my DMs, or on Facebook, on my Facebook WithoutACrystalBall / Katie Joy. At this time, it is not.
Why? You'll take tips on a public platform, but not on an email service where you can control your incoming traffic and you know, you can take it to spam. You can put a red flag on it. You can do so much through Gmail on the threats you're getting, but you'd rather disable it because it's not real. This is not real. So she's just disabling it because she's embarrassed that that's up in the first place. And but like, make sure you contact her on Instagram and Facebook, like Meta, the most disturbing, unreliable platform ever, where your stalkers will 100% have a different identity. How are you going to check that, Katie? Let's do some thinking.
Safe for me to have an open email where anyone can contact me from the public for tips, simply because people are abusing it and using it to threaten my livelihood, threaten my son, threaten my life. I'm not down with that. At the end of the day.
And that right there is proof that she has no fucking idea what she's talking about when it comes to the internet, when it comes to platform. Gmail is not an open platform like Instagram and Facebook. I've gone through this. They're collecting everything on you, Katie. I mean, they're the biggest spies. Meta, biggest stalker in the world, making you believe that you are safe to post. Because that's the interface that they have given you to make you want to share, to want to talk to people. And then once you click, boom, like enter, upload, that's no longer yours. Yep. And we all know how much you upload. Fuck, this pisses me off. It pisses me off when she tries to act like she knows stuff that I know, you know, because I don't know very much. But when I know something, I know. No, but I used to like work in like online collecting data, tracking people and stuff. So when she tries to like say that shit with her monotone, I have to speak up.
None of this, again, changes the facts of who Robert Shinn is. None of this changes the story of what was told in that series. And none of this should detract you from the truth. You don't have to like me to see what he's doing. You don't have to care about me to see what Robert Shinn is doing. Robert Shinn wants you guys to think I'm being narcissistic because I'm talking about this, but I didn't put myself in the middle of this. Robert sued me and he's trying to blame me for everything, which that lawsuit is going nowhere, by the way. He's also being sued.
Let's just have one little more look at that. Give us a side eye.
Myself in the middle of this.
Going.
Robert sued me and he's trying to blame me for everything, which that lawsuit is going nowhere, by the way. He's also being sued.
It's going far. You will be buried by all the evidence against you that you are providing because you can't shut up, because the docuseries is more important to you than the career-ending lawsuit that you're in. 9 counts. And your continued behavior is what you're being sued for. Your continued smear campaign is what you're being sued for. Even what you put on the screen, that's not facts that will fly in the court. We need evidence. But all you've got is lies. More bullshit. I'm ready to flush the toilet. Hurry up and finish, Katie.
Sued in the state of California. And he's said that those victims are defaming him, which, by the way, multiple of those claims that he's using in his statement to 7M about being defamed were thrown out by the court. And he was ordered to pay over $75,000 in legal fees. Many of their claims, like for sex trafficking, abuse, gender violence, unjust enrichment, infliction of emotional distress, they survived the dismissal period and they are going to trial. They effectively pled.
Well, Kylie Douglas's court case was thrown out, her single one, because there was not enough evidence and she waited too long. Another case as well. So only the LA case with the, counter suing and all that going on is going forward to 2025. Why couldn't this docuseries wait until that had come to a conclusion? Because Katie has painted these allegations as fact, which makes Netflix, or makes the directors liable, doesn't it? For publishing them as fact, for taking her smear campaign as fact, for believing that Katie is anyone to be believed, that she's been trained in any kind of field, knowing what, because like I said, journalists, they follow a code of practice. First, do no harm. And Katie's thing is first do harm, then exaggerate, then dramatize, then bring it back round to harming people. It's weird how none of the survivors are getting threats. None of the X7M dancers are getting threats. You'd think that would be Robert's go-to, because who would go after the archival consultant? Oh, but then again, Katie has been the only one on the press tour. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Their charges and their counts, and he'll have to defend himself against those at trial. Robert Shinn should not be allowed to use creators on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter to harass, degrade, threaten, and ruin other people. Instagram creators, Facebook creators, and YouTube creators that are engaged in this have been doing this to me for years, believing that there was never consequences. I have sent so many cease and desists. I have had to take out restraining orders against people. And now it's getting to the point where criminal charges will have to be filed. I can't say what will come from this investigation, but I know that the people involved are United States citizens. And if they are committing crimes, they will be charged, and we can prove it.
And what you're doing is criminal as well. Making up lies and making the public scared for your safety when you are the one that's behind everything. So I'm not scared, Katie, because my hands are clean. Are yours? I already know they're not, because I can smell them. That sounds a bit bad. But, when you're this dirty, and I don't mean as in physical hygiene, but
I will be back tomorrow with my regularly scheduled content. Don't ever send hate or harassment to anyone involved in this video. Don't even send it to Robert Shinn. Don't ever send threats to anyone. Don't engage in online bullying or harassment of anyone. Don't file.
Could we just leave that to you? Because we aren't professional in, we might muck it up, but with you, you can spoof whatever email you want, pop it up on the screen, know that it doesn't exist. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Call it a day. Rest your head on that pillow and sleep. Really good. No? Otherwise, no, not with you. You're scattered off your tits at night, up all night. I've got to control I've got to control the narrative. It's my narrative. No one else gets to have an opinion. How dare you have an opinion or a discussion? No, this is my narrative. You must swallow it. Otherwise, did I tell you I'm a victim? Oh, Katie.
False reports in other people's names. Don't commit perjury when you are filing false reports with the FBI. Don't break the
Perjury? That's what you do every day. That's your middle name. There's no joy. Katie Perjury Polson.
law to help cult leaders. And don't try to make the journalist the bad person for telling the story. Remember,
Who the fuck is the journalist? Not you. Where's your qualifications? Where's your work that reflects journalism? No, I don't want your label. Get your label away from me. Well, actually, am I a creator, Katie? I think I might be. Are you going to give me a peace sign?
remember Robert Shinn and remember his victims. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Oh, damn it. Just your shitty fucking thing. Okay, guys, and my final video, we're going to go back to, I know, I feel like I'm rushing, but this is what happens, okay? There's so much shit that is flowing out of her mouth, but it's repeat, and I feel like I'm repeating myself, and I don't like to repeat myself, but then this is where we're at. You either repeat or you stay silent. Oh, sunshine and rain. Oh, you like both? It's always happy sunshine when the rain is out because I love rain. In this video, KJ keeps talking about sorry, I don't know the shortness words. It doesn't cover illegal activities. You can report no matter what you sign. Oh my God, sorry. I wish my brain cells were like working. Do you know what? It will probably come to me in a bit and then I'll be able to reply to you. Be like, this is what that said. Oh, sorry. Sorry about my brain. Let me just read it one more time because I want to get it. Oh, it will come to me. Well, prepare your eyes and your ears for a repeat of what we just heard, but the visuals are okay. You do need a trigger warning for this, but not because it's going to trigger you. It might. It's scarred into my brains, but Katie's not wearing a bra and she's wearing lingerie that should not be worn live. And so she's talking about threats and all this in lingerie with no bra. So it did need a warning. You will know when you see it that this definitely needed a warning. I have covered this before and I'll
frequently. I don't get scared by
put it, oh, for God's sake. I'm never prepared. It's big on the screen. And I've already covered this and I'll link it below. But so this is November 8th, 2021. And so in 2021, CREEPSHOW, it was revealed that CREEPSHOW, you know, all the stuff about CREEPSHOW, that she wasn't who she said she was, and she was stalking Emily ARTFUL for all those years, like CREEPSHOW and her boyfriend. I think Emily ARTFUL was CREEPSHOW's boyfriend's ex-girlfriend or something. But anyway, so it was all came out about CREEPSHOW, and then Katie jumped on that. So this happened in June of 2021, and then the end of it, Katie's still going on with the Tati lawsuit, and then I'm not sure if Chris Lee had, maybe he was saying that he was going to sue her, but you know, enough is enough with Katie. She's like, it's time to bring in the threats. What's going on? Oh, I can't talk and do stuff at the same time. That's what's happening. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to press play, but I'm going to have to. Katie, and she's trying to copy, you know, because she's single white female. So she becomes whoever she's obsessed with. So we went through the off-the-shoulder t-shirts or off-the-shoulder tops when she was obsessed with Lindsay, the layered necklaces. But yeah, Tati wore a really nice dress, like, I mean, a fancy top, but not lingerie. So yeah, she's got no bra on, and it's just awful because she also wore this top when she was reporting on SL. It's like she doesn't understand the topic. Like, okay, I'm just going to press play and then you'll see. But hang on. I can't remember if it was 9:30 or 11, but really doesn't matter. There's like a minute difference.
In my opinion, the dad's a monster. But anyways, so for people that are asking me to quit my job, my YouTube paycheck is not small at all. This is a very healthy channel that makes good money, that supports my family, and I will not be quitting my job. So I'm not going to stop my job because people online are cyberbullies. That's like the most ridiculous idea I've ever heard. Do you realize this happens to so many people? So many people, millions. I mean, influencers get this kind of stuff all the time. And if we stopped our jobs because there's assholes online, you're giving them what they want. And when you have a lucrative job that makes you very good money, why would you quit your job? It makes no sense. That would be like, I'm getting bullied at work, so I'm going to quit. No. You find out who your bullies are and you hold them accountable, right? It's like Taylor Swift has gone to the, I'm not comparing myself to Taylor Swift, but Taylor Swift has had to go to, court for her stalkers. So many people get stalked. And even if I wasn't a public figure, I could still become the victim of a stalker. And my mental health is actually very fine. And I want you to know, like, I'm not like emotionally upset by these threats because I get them so frequently. I don't get scared by them anymore. I know the FBI is investigating. I know that my attorney is working on this. I know that the opposing counsel from my lawsuit is working on this. So everything is in the right hands. I'm not personally scared because to me, I believe these are just emails created to make me feel scared.
Who says emails created? Unless you created the emails. Like, fuck, Katie. You just admitted to creating the emails. And I forgot what I was going to say. This is what's happening to my brain. Look at you, so sure.
From my lawsuit is working on this. So everything is in the right hands. I'm not personally scared because to me, I believe these are just emails created to make me feel scared.
Make me feel scared. E.T. finger quotes around feel because we know that she doesn't feel anything. And obviously, you wouldn't feel scared if you sent them. But Katie, if you didn't send them and you weren't involved, you'd be petrified. You'd be doing everything. You'd be removing yourself from being online because your motherly instinct would like kick in, but you don't care about protecting anyone. You want to be there amongst everyone, living it up. This is the Katie Joy Show.
We have a security system. We have cameras. I'm not concerned about my safety. So, yeah, and this is not bullying. It's a felony. It is a felony to send these kinds of threats online. So my reason for sharing this was not, I'm trying to steal this from Emily. This was something that was going on in Canada, what Emily was going through. And I only brought up in relation to CREEPSHOW because she became associated with these people. She used them as a source. And when I called her out, literally called her out, I said, you used a group of people that have doxed, harassed, stalked me, that have called the police on me, that have swatted me, that have called CPS on me. You're using them as a source. You're giving them credibility and validity. And once she made her video with all of the stuff in it, that's when every channel copied the same claims. People say it had to do with the lawsuit. It didn't, because what she had in her video was very minimal to the lawsuit. It was more like things she didn't like about me that the stalkers gave to her. And that's where
Ring-a-ding-ding. Same accusation. Robert Shinn collaborated with all your trolls And that's why he's coming after you with all these threats. Let's stop Katie Joy. My gosh. He's just absolutely...
For so much of this idea that I've done all these things. So when I called her out, then suddenly she accused me of doxing her, and she accused my fans of doxing her and stalking her, which is not true. She also...
It is true. Katie shared a link. She's like, I didn't even know what was in the link, but she shared this link in Unirock. Why did I almost call him Unicord? But in Unirock's Discord, she shared this link, and it was to like a forum, Kiwi Farms or something, exposing Shannon and all her details. And then straight away Katie was booted from Unirock's Discord, even though she thought she ran it. Like, I am Katie Joy. This is basically my second channel.
So accused me of passing out her address, which I didn't do. And when I went to Twitter to go get screen grabs of her interacting with them, she deactivated her Twitter. So her Twitter, and then she blamed my fans for a reason why she had to delete her Twitter. So she deleted her Twitter when she knew that I believe would have evidence of her interacting with these people. It's no different than why she deleted her Instagram right before Emily made her video about her. Like, Emily was making her video and she probably knew that there was those DMs in there and she wanted to delete any evidence, but you can't get rid of the DMs even if you delete the Instagram.
And that's your behavior.
With Emily Baker's coverage, she wasn't using this kind of stuff. It wasn't the same way. Like, Emily's stuff was harmful to me, but Emily Baker wasn't trolling. Like, I may not have agreed with Emily Baker and how she covered me, but Emily Baker was not using sources of trolls for information, right? She wasn't. So no, Emily was not doing the same thing. And CREEPSHOW was interacting with every single channel and going to every single channel that was covering me because she wanted to make sure that the narrative remained the same about me. The police showed up at my house 3 times, I think, during well, I wouldn't say swatted, but I mean, it could have theoretically been swatted because, like, they're doing a check on you, and it's based on false things that can put you in a really precarious situation. I don't know if it's swatted.
You are such even the cops have come 3 times now in 2024 as well, although they came in, in one day, or was it 2 days? 24 hours, 3 times, one at 4 a.m. Was it around 4:20? I don't know.
Swatting, or what you would call it, like, okay, it wasn't swatting. I don't know what you would call it. I mean, we had 3 officers here and 2 cars, and I live in a small community. I'm sorry. I misspoke, Lulu. I misspoke. Can you please forgive me? I am so emotionally drained right now.
So you get called out for exaggerating something as swatting when it was basically cops coming to do a check. 2 cars. I live in a small town. Fuck off. You exaggerate to the extreme because you need the attention. And now you're going to belittle someone who called you out because you are not in control of your emotions, and you have to blame someone because, you're Katie Joy. You're always right. How dare you be wrong and called out on it?
Can you please forgive me for saying the wrong thing? Either way, there was police at my house for false reports. When a police shows up at your house for accusations of abuse and neglect, and so they say that you're going to be harmed, that can lead to a lot of different things. And it can put the person who is on the other side of the door at risk, no matter if it's a SWAT team or if it's 4 officers or 3 officers.
Katie, what color skin do you think you have? You speak as if, like, only if your address is known to be troublesome. Like, you speak as if you know shit, but you don't know shit because you have not lived. Holy shit. And you saying swatting now in 2024 is a well, how high is the probability that it's not swatting? Because you don't know what swatting is, and you're just after the dramatic effect. You're after, you know, oh my God, guys, can you believe that Katie Joy was swatted? Robert Shin is so evil. How dare he do that to our Katie Joy? Oh my God. Also, Katie, I looked up the logs of, you know, the police activity in your county, and because every day at the end of the day they release what happened that day, and it didn't really say that a police was called out to blah 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 for swatting for accusations because they were gonna kill her or some crap. No, not big enough to make the news. Is it because you are no one? Is it because it's all a lie? Okay, I'll just play a little bit more. I can't remember where the rest of it is, or I can't find my timestamps. Basically, I've let myself down.
Okay, so Lulu, why don't you go back to Reddit? Because I'm sure that's why you're here. You're probably stalking me from the Reddit, because only people that stalk me from Reddit and these accounts care about my inconsistencies.
Why don't you care about your inconsistencies? Your whole life is an inconsistency.
So if you're worried about the semantics of it, I apologized. It wasn't swatting. It was 3 officers that showed up at my door.
Oh, you better block them now.
I've seen that Lulu person. All they ever do is all that person does ever is do negative things. I wouldn't. I'm sure they're connected to these people.
Probably not your
But
name,
anyways,
but we are going to make it you. I'm going to pretend that it's you.
During that time, we had officers come here multiple times. Someone filed a 7-page report. No, they didn't just come for that PODS P. They actually came for abuse multiple times. And no, my stalkers weren't worried about me. My stalkers were the ones that pushed me to the point of feeling suicidal. My stalkers are the ones that got me to that point. And then my stalkers, because they know my address, called the cops. They admitted to doing it. So you can't play a game where you're concerned about someone 1 minute, or you're harassing and stalking someone 1 minute, and then when that person's pushed to their limit and they say they're not feeling good about something, then call the cops.
The only one playing games is you. Okay, let's just get that fucking straight. No one else is playing games. Your whole life is a game. Because you need to manipulate. You need to lie. Because you are not a very confident person. You're a weakling. You can't stand for what you say. And if you could, then you'd fucking admit that you've been defaming. You have been defaming everyone that you speak about, even yourself. I don't know if that's true, but it should be.
And wanting a welfare check. There was no reason to do a welfare check that night because I have anything online. PS showed up at my house. So then the cops had to come and check in to see with the county over from me, and they claimed that I was abusing my child. They also filed a report with CPS in my area. And CPS.
Look at her smiling. Look at her smiling as she says CPS.
With the county over from me, and they claimed that I was abusing my child. They also filed a report with CPS in my area, and CPS showed up at my house. So then the cops had to come and check in to see if I was abusing my son. And on a separate occasion, CPS showed up for the same reason.
Why the fuck are you smiling? Because someone said you're abusing your son. Like that was a huge fucking face smile.
In to see if I was abusing my son. And on a separate occasion, CPS showed up for the same reason.
This is a story time.
Okay, this person is also a troll.
Oh, they're a troll because they question you, because they don't believe your lies, because they're not happily swallowing everything that you feed them. Well, fuck, this is the echo chamber, isn't it? Of a narcissist, of a cult. Your subscribers are fearful that they can't disagree with you because otherwise they'll be called a troll and they'll be blocked. Look at your face.
Okay, listen, you guys, I am so sorry if you are like, I am so sorry. That's all.
Sorry, I was just skipping over that because, yeah, she's talking about suicide and then people in the chat were talking about how that's affected them, like in their life. They've either experienced it with a family member or a friend and she's getting annoyed. But I just want to jump over it because I just want to hear one more time say CPS with a smile. It's just too heavy at the moment. We're not here for that.
All I'm saying. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I'm just saying that he would help me if he could. I'm not trying to diminish any of your situations.
Here we go.
So
obviously I've seen this live a few times because I had to make timestamps. I've covered it before, but because it would be scarred into your mind as well, wouldn't it? I call it lingerie live.
So if he would have been concerned.
She's talking about her husband, Toad. If he would have been concerned. And my biggest question is, what's the point of getting married if your husband lets you spiral online and doesn't pull the plug, doesn't know when you've had too much, when it's time to cut the cord, like time out, get offline. But he doesn't. He enables her.
He would have taken me somewhere.
Somewhere.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I'm just saying that he would help me if he could. I'm not trying to diminish any of your situations. Again, I am sorry. I am so sorry if you have lost someone to suicide. My husband was my rock.
Oh, he was, but he isn't anymore. What happened? Look at you, just so... I'm getting angry at the wrong live. I should end it, but okay, I've just got to let it play.
During this time. But using the police in there in that way is wrong. But that wasn't just the time. Like I said, that was just one incident. Then it was all the incidents for abuse. Filing a 7-page report, calling CPS. So all I'm doing is just sharing with you what I'm going through. I'm sorry if it's drama. I'm sorry if it's upsetting. Honestly, when all this stuff came out about CREEPSHOW art, it just triggered all of this. And I'm still dealing with it.
Well, those people are still dealing with it too, what they've gone through, and they don't need you to go, breathe out, exhausted. Oh, I'm sorry. You're not sorry. You don't understand. Like, she's going off at people. I've got the live where she... Oh, should I bring it up? I did make a short on it. Let me just see if I... Hang on. Because I saved it. I can't find it. I was going to say... So it's a live from December 2020, but she was on... obviously doing a live, and then she's like, and all this has made me feel like suicidal, blah, blah, blah. Why say that on a live if you don't want people like... And then all her viewers, like heaps of them, called a welfare check, which that's good. You know, that's what you should do if you see someone like... And Katie is so quick to say, why would you do that? Which like stops people from in the future, if those same people that reported her like to get a welfare check, if they come across that again, Katie is going to come up in their mind and make them question whether they should call for a welfare check or not. And you should always call for a welfare check. It's the same thing that happens with like seeing child abuse. You should tell someone. But Katie makes you question whether you should, because these are the behaviours that she makes in. I'm not going to go any further, and I've already said too much. Basically, I think we might have reached the end. I don't want you guys to be scarred any further than what you are with the whole lingerie. Maybe it's just I'm totally affected by it. I can't get a clear sentence. Mariana, don't worry, I'm already on. What you should do is go check out my playlist. There's a playlist called Focus on Feeding Tube. And then there's also a playlist, Katie Joy's son. Yes, I finally got around to making his own playlist. And Mariana says, did I say, is it Mariana or Anna? Mariana. Because, you've got a really nice name. This is what my ADHD. Sorry, I'll get to it now. I hope everyone realizes she is a clear case of Munchausen, only at the by proxy if she falls in the dissociative identity disorder category, creating chaos for self-gratification. Well, that's what she does, but she also does make her son sick because like the feeding tube benefits her more than it benefits him, because she's in active addiction and doesn't prioritize her son, doesn't care, doesn't, check out the list, the playlist if you can. I mean, there's a lot and it's so heavy. And Katie's son and the animals is probably the only reason why, because even when I took a week off, it was meant to be a week. Ended up almost 2 weeks off. When Katie just started spewing all this shit, I was like, why do I even do this? But like, I do it for V and the kids, and then obviously Cactus crew, because it's not about the topic, it's about the crew. But otherwise I wouldn't be here, Katie. But shit, she is an absolutely terrible mother. I agree, E. E didn't put that absolutely in there. I added that, but like, we can never forget Toad yelling at V and KJ not reacting at all. Nothing. No reaction on her face as her child is crying out for her and that he's hungry. That's a short. I'll link it below. But she's so evil that she would make up lies as a defense mechanism, saying that she is receiving threats. She's so determined for all of us to swallow whatever she's feeding us that she's not even realizing that there's people out here like me and Goose and TK, basically all of us, know that this is something she's done before. Exact word for word. She's not in contact with the FBI. That's a load of bull gang. She uses that as a way to make people scared. Oh, she's playing with the big guys now. Oh, she's got the FBI involved. I'm so scared. I better not even search her name. No. But she's just, well, the Netflix documentary has gone to her head, and she's the smartest person ever, you know, now that she's a consultant and she's a fact checker, smartest person ever. And just, yeah, sloshing back the booze. And if she stopped drinking, maybe a bit of rational thinking would be there. But I don't think, I mean, this is who she's been her whole life. So the fact that she hasn't evolved, because she's never wrong, so she's never learnt anything, so she's never grown, so she's never evolved, so she's the exact same person that she's always been. How fucking that, I mean, that's hell. That would be a living hell. But that's what addiction is, because you wake up and it's the same day every day. You're stuck in a cycle. And here we are, we just have to witness it. But thank God the internet is forever. You know what I'm saying? So we can just bring Katie back up to disprove everything that she's saying in present day. And why has she, I mean, I wish that she could, like, stop switching between labels, but like, I don't know, go educate yourself. Go get some balls, you know? I know there's no balls in your house. But shit, Katie, like, this is what you've done to my brain. I don't even know how to finish this live now. It's just like, and that's what we've got. Oh, guys. Oh, Captain, you snuck in. Did you get, I hope you didn't, hopefully you came in about halftime. Did you get a notification? Oh, it's good to see you. I do need to just hang out. But yeah, members live this weekend. We're definitely all hanging out, and I've, you know, got a lot to talk about. And oh God, I just feel like I've been gone for way too long. As soon as I get rhythm and start doing good, Katie pisses me off. And I can't take it. So at least like the shit has stopped flowing enough for me to come in and just like give my 2 cents before. I hope she's done. Do you reckon she's done? She has to be. Like, what other topics are there? Can we just go back to Sister Wives or something? It's too much, and it's the same stuff. Like, if she'd done the fact checking and the documentary was good, like, it would speak for itself, and we wouldn't need you to do a month of videos adding, well, not even adding, just the same stuff. But your brain is so small that you think you're giving us new information. Like, you know, the cops have been there 3 times, CPS, FBI. We know those are your key words, and we've been there before, unlike you. But thank God the internet is forever. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Cactus Crew, for putting up with me. And, you know, if you had to watch this again, I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm going to be behind next week. I did want to bring in on this video, but, you know, we're past an hour and a half and I've had enough. No. But eventually I do, maybe on Monday I should set it up to go over the body cam audio that Nene released. Like, it must be 2 months at least now. But I finally put it together so we can just watch the video. But it links to this as well. The cops like rock up to Katie's house, September 2021. And I'm pretty sure it, links into everything. So, yeah, we'll watch that next week, or we'll put our listening ears on and listen to that next week. Thanks so much, guys. Give this video a like, share it. Comment below. Well, you don't need to comment below if you're in the chat. Oh, Susie, Cactus High 10. Thanks so much for, you're so sweet. And I love seeing people from Twitter, like, on here. Like, I miss you guys so much. Like, I miss being on Twitter. I miss having time. I hope you guys are all going well and everything, though. And we will catch up and just next week. let's hope Katie doesn't go live anymore so we can catch up before more gets put on us. And I can't do this without you guys. Oh, have a good day. Well, yes, and I'll catch you next week. Try have a timeout from Katie, even if it's just for half a day or something, or do what I do, take a weekend off, because it really does help. And yeah, because, you know, I got a life, Katie. I got a life outside where I wear a bra and I don't wear lingerie on a live. But that's your thing. That's your thing. Bye, Katie. See you, crew. Take care.